Heck, we got it working. We figured it out. Technology. It still finds a way to flummox me after all of these years. Welcome to Sitcom Week. Love doing these theme weeks. Everybody loves watching TV, and whether you were around for the 80s or not, I bet you there are a bunch of shows that you enjoyed watching. So we asked for your favorite 80s sitcom. Here are a few of your answers. Anna, you too love The Facts of Life. The Facts of Life. Leslie C. said Cheers, which of course inspired the look of today's image done by our wonderful design team. Brutax said The Golden Girls. Major Anthro, Taxi. El Hut, Different Strokes. Have Too Many. Joni loves Chachi. I know anybody could say anything. If I was going to pick an 80s sitcom that I did not think was going to show up as a favorite, it might have been Joni Loves Chachi, but I'm glad that you loved it and that you got to watch it. You can watch it now. I bet you probably have all the episodes. Bucky H, Mama's Family, a classic spun off from the Carol Burnett show, of course. Brain fart. SS12 said Punky Brewster, one of my favorites when I was a kid. I wore 2 different colored shoes. I had a golden retriever that we named Brandon. CB said Growing Pains, the launch pad for Leonardo DiCaprio. Forbidden 3 Angel. And Tambo Ballin, Roseanne, Yabba Dabba Doo Doo, One Day at a Time. Folks, thanks for tuning in to Sitcom Week here at Daily Trivia Live, the mobile game show where you win money from the comfort of your phone. Here's hoping your brains are ready for a live studio audience as you go after the grand prize. There it is. That is $1,000. And when you correctly answer 10 multiple choice trivia questions about 80s sitcoms, you will win your share of it. But that's not all. It never is. In this game, you will earn 1 bonus SB for every question you get right after question number 1, even if you've already been eliminated. Here is the deal. For those of you who have never played before and are just television fans, if you win the game today, all the bonus SB that you've picked up throughout will be added on top of your share of the grand prize automatically. If you don't win the grand prize, you can still rack up those bonus SB. However, you will have to claim them at the end of the game in order to keep them. Lucky for you, that is simple. That just means don't leave early and then click the claim button that appears at the end of the game. So just don't leave early. That's a theme we're about to explore a little bit more here, because the first time you get a question wrong, as long as it's before question number 10, you can rejoin to get another shot at the grand prize. And there are 2 ways to rejoin. One is using a single SB. The other is with a free rejoin. And here is a hot tip for you. You can click the plus sign in the top left-hand corner of the main menu anytime a game's not happening and get free rejoins by watching videos. But, of course, that's not all. That's not the only reason why you stick around. Not just because you can claim your bonus SB. Not just because you can rejoin the first time you get one wrong. But each game, we give away 5 100 SB prizes to 5 players who win and claim at least 1 SB in the game. And here are the winners from this past Thursday, our Name That Disney Song game. They have all been credited already. Congratulations to them. Enjoy those 100 SB that you each got, and everyone else who has not yet seen their name up on this screen. I believe your day will come. I need you to believe that too. And part of that belief means that you keep playing and claiming, because next time the winner could be you. It could happen. You all have an equal shot. All you have to do is stick around and earn at least 1 SB from the game. And with that, you have waited long enough to play. So let's kick off Sitcoms Week and this 80s sitcoms game with question number 1. Who played Mork in Mork and Mindy? Is it Jonathan Winters, Robin Williams, or Conrad Bain? Who played Mork in Mork and Mindy? Nanu. Mork, just like Laverne and Shirley, first appeared on Happy Days before moving to present-day Denver and making Robin Williams a household name. That's right, Robin Williams, the late and great Robin Williams. He was Mork from Mork. That brought him into everybody's living room. Absolute force of nature and comedic genius, and by all accounts, a kind and wonderful human being as well. Almost 15,000 people in grand prize contention, because not only did pretty much everybody get that one right, but we had some stragglers who came in. The people who did not get it were all able to rejoin, along with some of our latecomers. And every question anybody gets right from here on out will get them 1 bonus SB. So here we go. This is question number 2. On Alf, what planet is Alf from? Is it Mepos, Mars, or Melmac? What planet is Alf from? It was an advanced civilization whose planet was destroyed by nuclear war. When Gordon Shumway arrived on Earth, he thought that he was Melmac's lone survivor. There ain't no one like him in the Melmacian race. That's right, Melmac is the answer. That is from the animated series. 88% of you getting that one right. Well done. Mepos, the 6% who said that is the island that Balky is from in Perfect Strangers, another 80s sitcom that bled into the 90s. And Mars, of course, the red planet of our solar system, where no Alfs exist that we know of. Certainly not one who looks like Alf. All right, of the 12% that did not get that, most of you able to rejoin. Still over 14,400 people in grand prize contention. And we are moving on to question number 3, worth 1 bonus SB if you get it right. Which Cheers character owned the bar? Is it Sam Malone, Diane Chambers, or Norm Peterson? Who owned the bar on Cheers? Where everybody knows your name. He probably had some money from his time pitching for the Red Sox, but the fact that he was a recovering alcoholic added a wrinkle to Sam Malone's ownership of Cheers. Sam Malone is the answer. 94% of you getting that one right. Well done. And if you picked up the show beyond the first couple of episodes, you would see him. He was always drinking from a bottle of water. He always had water. He's nursing his water during his shifts because, he's trying to keep his life on track. And he had a lot of ladies to see. He had to get his little black book straight. All right, let's move on to question number 4 now, worth 1 bonus SB if you get it right. Three's a Crowd was a spin-off / continuation of what other sitcom? Is it Alice, Three's Company, or All in the Family? Three's a Crowd. Jack Tripper finally gets into a relationship and moves in with Vicky Bradford, only to have her father buy the building and get in the way in this follow-up to Three's Company. Three's Company is the answer. 91% of you getting that one right. Well done. Three's a Crowd, a continuation of Three's Company. It only makes sense that you would call it something that evokes the original and the great John Ritter in both of those. Supposedly one of the nicest guys in Hollywood also. And his son, who is a friend of mine, has continued that tradition and is just a wonderful human being. Let's move on to question number 5 now, worth 1 bonus SB if you get it right. In The Greatest American Hero, why couldn't Ralph properly work the suit? He lost the instruction manual, it was defective, or the suit had a mind of its own? Believe it or not, he's walking on air. Never thought he could be so free. Imagine having an alien suit that gives you super strength, mental powers, flight, invulnerability, and more. It would be an amazing crime-fighting tool if you hadn't lost the instruction manual. He lost the instruction manual. He didn't know how it worked. 68% of you getting that one right. Well done. 32% of you. The suit had a mind of its own is a good answer. Would be a good premise for the show, but unfortunately there's an instruction manual that he could have used to control the suit properly, and he did not, unfortunately, keep that instruction booklet. Would have been great if he did. All right, let's move on. Of the 32% of you that did not get that one right, about 3/4 of you coming right back in. Still over 12,000 people in grand prize contention. As we move into the second half of this game with question number 6, worth 1 bonus SB if you get it right. What was the name of the robot girl from Small Wonder? Is it Harriet, Vicky, or Bonnie? She's a small wonder, and she's coming to your loop. There's a weird Frankenstein aspect to this syndicated show, and I don't know who Ted Lawson thought he was fooling, because Vicky had a robot voice. She would always go, "Yes, it's me, Vicky." I know she could turn it on and do a fake kind of voice sometimes, but there were enough people who heard the robot voice. They knew that Vicky was a robot, right? 89% of you knew that Vicky was the robot in that one. Well done. I have some people saying they can't hear me. I'll turn it up just a little bit. I don't want to get too loud. I don't want to pop and blow out and distort the sound here. Let's move on to question number 7, worth 1 bonus SB if you get it right. The Naked Gun movies are a continuation of what 1982 comedy series? Is it Police Squad, MASH, or Taxi? The Naked Gun movies. As funny as the movies are, including the new one, The original 6 episodes only run of Police Squad may be a perfect piece of television comedy. Police Squad is the answer. Of course, the original Naked Gun, called The Naked Gun, from the files of Police Squad. It is a hilarious show, and it was red hot coming off of the time when Airplane had been a big hit for Zucker, Abrams, and Zucker. And this show only went 6 episodes, but could have gone so much more. Maybe it's better it stopped there. That perfect 6, who knows what would have happened after that. Let's move on to question number 8, worth 1 bonus SB if you get it right. Alyssa Milano got her big break in which 1980s sitcom? Is it Joni Loves Chachi, Who's the Boss, or The Wonder Years? Alyssa Milano got her big break. She would go on to Charmed in the 90s, of course. She went on to become a teen icon thanks to her turn as Samantha Maselli, Tony's daughter, on Who's the Boss, of course. That's right. Samantha, Who's the Boss is the answer. 97% of you getting that one right. We only have 2 questions left, and we have almost 11,000 people in grand prize contention. That is how well you are doing in this game. Well done. In fact, let's go to that second to last question. Let's see if you get it right. Let's keep it rolling. With worth 1 bonus SB, it is question number 9. Michael J. Fox played Alex P. Keaton on which 1980s sitcom? Was it Family Ties, Growing Pains, or Webster? Alex P. Keaton on which 1980s sitcom? The lone Reagan conservative in a family headed up by 2 hippie parents, Michael J. Fox was a breakout star in one of my favorite shows of all time. Family Ties is the answer. 10,516 people have made it this far and are ready for our final question. And I say, what would we do, baby, without us? Sha-la-la-la. Sitcoms Week continues tomorrow with a game all about 90s sitcoms as we move forward through time. Join us at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time for that one. Play for the $1,000 grand prize. You obviously know sitcoms, so there's no reason not to keep coming back. Quick reminder that there are 2 ways to get SB from Swagbucks Daily Trivia outside of our live games. One is through the Daily Trivia Challenge, the quick, hostless version of our game that you can play on your schedule up to twice per day, every single day. There is also, of course, clicking the More Ways to Earn button wherever you find it within this app. Clicking that will take you to a very magical place where you can install and play other games on your mobile device to earn SB, and the Daily Tapjoy wall. Quick, easy to complete offers. Check Daily Discover off of your to-do list in minutes every day. Have fun while doing it. The SB add up. And then it's January. The playoffs are here. And that means January is all about game day after game day after game day. So get your food right with Hillshire Farms smoked sausage. They come fully cooked and ready to serve, and they can get you SB. Now that sounds delicious. Add Hillshire Farms to your list in Magic Receipts, then buy a Hillshire Farms smoked sausage in-store at Walmart and get 125 SB when you upload a photo of your receipt as proof of purchase. But of course, if one is good, then why not be twice as nice? Buy 2 or more on the same receipt and get 300 SB. And you'll have more food for everybody because the first one's going to go so quickly. Everybody's going to be so hungry, they're going to gobble it up. This offer is for U.S. players only. Be sure to click the smaller version of this image after the game to get started. Game day, folks. My Eagles may be out of it, but there are a lot of great teams that are, and their sports will just keep happening. Speaking of sports, we got 10,644 people that have been real good sports through this whole game. They're vying for a piece of our $1,000 grand prize. Over 15,100 of you stuck around to the end, and there's one more bonus SB up for grabs if you can correctly answer our final question. Here is question number 10. What you talking about, Willis, is a catchphrase from which 1980s sitcom? Night Court, Perfect Strangers, or Different Strokes? What you talking about, Willis? What show is that from? Somebody said it was their favorite before the show began. The show was developed as a vehicle for Conrad Bain, fresh off of Maude, and Gary Coleman, who Norman Lear had seen in commercials. The result, after many iterations, was Different Strokes, which is what it takes to rule the world. Yes, it does. 10,400 people knew that answer and are splitting our grand prize today. Well done, folks. Each of our grand prize winners taking home 10 SB in grand prize money, plus the bonuses you earned along the way. More Keisha 007, Garrily, Platthouse 21, Shells 8030, One Tough Mama, and Martin Erdelsky. Just a few of our grand prize winners. Congrats.